Let me tell you something, Pack Nation. I need you to sit down. I need you to get comfortable because I am about to walk you through something that is going to make your eye twitch. And I don't mean a little twitch. I mean the kind of twitch where Darlene asked if I'm having a medical event and I have to explain to her that no, I am just a Green Bay Packers fan in the year of our Lord 2026. And that is the medical event. Dead cap money. We're doing it. Strap in. Now, before you turn this off, stay with me here. I know dead cap sounds like something your accountant talks about at a dinner you didn't want to go to, but this matters. This matters a lot, and I am going to explain to you why the Packers' dead cap situation is not just a number. It is a verdict on Brian Gutekunst, on how this organization makes decisions, on whether we are actually a winning franchise or whether we just tell ourselves we are while the books say otherwise. Here's what the league looks like right now. The Miami Dolphins, negative $7.8 million in effective cap space. You heard me, negative. They are paying ghost players. The New Orleans Saints, $112 million in dead cap. $112 million. The Jets, $111 million. The Browns, $91 million. Am I crazy? Are you hearing this? These teams are on fire, Pack Nation. They are in full teardown mode. They are lighting their own house down to the studs and salting the earth. And here come the Packers. $43,199,303 in dead cap. 11th in the league. Now, on the surface, that doesn't sound terrible, right? I mean, we're not the Saints. We're not torching the whole thing. I can hear some of you right now. Sal, that's manageable. Sal, every team has dead money. Sal, this is the cost of doing business. No. That's where you're wrong. And that's where I need you to really listen to me. Here's the thing about the Saints. They know they're a disaster. They know they're rebuilding. They're not out here trading for the most expensive non-quarterback in the history of the NFL and calling it a contention window. They're not handing Jordan Love a massive extension and expecting him to win something. The Saints are burning down the building on purpose. You can argue about whether that's smart, but at least it's honest. The Packers, we're supposed to be good. We traded away 2 first-round picks. 2 gone. 2026 and 2027, baby. Poof. We got Micah Parsons. We're telling the world we are in it. We are a contender. And at the same time, we are dragging $43 million of dead weight behind us like a generator that someone drove over with a plow truck and then refused to throw away because it was expensive. And here is what really makes my head go sideways. You want to know what's sitting inside that $43 million? You want to know what the 2 biggest chunks are? Rashan Gary, $17,042,273 in dead cap on a guy who is now in Dallas. Kenny Clark, $17,007,000 dead cap. Also in Dallas. We are paying $34 million to the Dallas Cowboys defense. That is what is happening. Are you hearing this, Pack Nation? I want you to say that out loud to whoever is near you right now. Green Bay is paying $34 million to their opponent's defense. Say it. Say it. Because somebody has to say it out loud in this state, and apparently it is going to be a guy from Peshtigo who couldn't tell you what his own mortgage rate is right now. And look, I know how contracts work. I know that dead cap is baked into the system. I know Brian Gutekunst is going to get up there at some podium and say, we always expect to carry some dead money when you're operating properly. And yeah, fine, sure, in theory. But there is a difference between dead cap that happens to you, market corrections, player development surprises, injuries, and dead cap that you chose. Dead cap that is the direct result of decisions you made with full information. That is the thing I cannot get past. because Gary got a 4-year, $96 million extension signed in October of 2023, right in the middle of a rebuild. We were 2-5. The ink on that contract was barely dry, and people were already asking questions. We paid $24 million a year on average to a guy who gave us 7.5 sacks last season and was then moved for, brace yourself, a 2027 fourth-round pick. A fourth-round pick in 2027 for the guy we paid $96 million.
I don't even have words for that. I've been trying to have words for 2 weeks.
And I keep getting to the same place, which is just standing in my garage going, what? And Clark, Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark is a guy I love, genuinely. 3-time Pro Bowler, a Packer through and through, but somebody at 1000 Lombardi Avenue looked that man in the eye in July of 2024 and handed him a 3-year, $64 million extension, and then traded him 11 months later as a cap casualty in the Parsons deal. 11 months. His roster bonus hit, his signing bonus prorated, and now we are paying $17 million in 2026 to a man who is clogging up holes for Jerry Jones. That is not bad luck. That is bad business. And here is what kills me the most. You know what dead cap actually is? It is the bill that comes in the mail for mistakes you already made. That's all it is. It is your past self calling you on the phone and saying, hey, remember that decision? Yeah, pay up. Some teams earn their dead cap honestly. The Browns are sitting at $91 million because they paid Deshaun Watson. That's a catastrophe, but you understand the logic. They were swinging for a franchise quarterback. The Saints are at $112 million because they made a decade of bad bets, and now they are paying every single one of them back simultaneously. That's what a teardown looks like. You could criticize it, but it has a shape. It makes a kind of sense. Green Bay's dead cap has a different shape. Ours looks like a team that thought it was building something, and maybe it was, but kept signing checks with the wrong hand. And the 2 biggest checks, they were not bad luck. They were not injuries. They were not a guy going rogue. They were choices. Specific, deliberate, well-documented choices by the general manager of this football team. I think about a lake up here in early March. You know what I'm talking about, Pack Nation. The ice looks solid. It looks fine. You've walked it 100 times. And then one afternoon, you take 3 steps and you feel it shift under you. And you realize the ice wasn't solid. It was just cold enough to hold you for a while until it wasn't. That is Brian Gutekunst cap management. It held for a while. And now we are standing on ice that has been creaking since last August. $34 million in dead cap going to Dallas. No 2026 first rounder, no 2027 first rounder. And somehow we are calling this a contention window. The free agency class last year was not good. The draft hasn't hit hard since maybe 2023. When your contract decisions and your acquisition pipeline are both going sideways at the same time, that is not a rough patch. That is a pattern. Goody, Brian, I'm talking to you now. You are a smart man. You found Jordan Love. You went and got Micah Parsons, and that was bold, and I respect bold. But at some point, bold has to be followed by sharp. You cannot keep signing 9-figure extensions and then eating the dead cap 2 seasons later. You cannot keep missing in free agency and calling it a market. You cannot keep mortgaging future picks and future cap and tell this fan base we are a contention window. Not while we're paying $34 million to the Dallas Cowboys defensive line. Not while we're 11th in dead cap on a roster that is supposed to win. I am Big Sal. This is Let Me Tell You Something on the Packernet Podcast Network. Fix it, Goody, or get out of the way. Pack Nation, I'll talk to you soon.